Adventures with Crimson and Bubble. Hi everyone, it's Crimson. Welcome back to my channel. My first video back to the channel after a very long hiatus. Today I actually have a treat for you. I'm with Bubbles, and today we are doing what?
We're going to the Cave of the Winds.
Cave of the Winds. We're gonna see ghosts and rocks, and I'm really excited about it.
Like a girl's favorite thing, ghosts and rocks. Like, you know, we come home with shiny things and spooky stories.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So essentially the Cave of the Winds is a, well, cave in the side of the mountains in Manitou Springs.
Yeah.
And essentially you can go on a couple different tours there. There's like their generic tour, and then they have a longer excursion tour where you like crawl on your hands and knees and go through the spelunking, the like narrow passageways. But we booked a haunted lantern tour. So we'll have ye old lanterns, and we'll be walking and trucking through this cave and little narrow passageways and tunnels, and they're gonna tell us ghost stories and a little bit of history about the caves, and well, I guess history about the ghosts as well, like the type of people that
obviously who the ghosts are, if they have them, like their stories.
Yeah, the people that probably worked there, or people that maybe see ghosts or frequent ones that they see. But it's gonna be, you know, kind of a historic but spooky adventure, and we're gonna do it all by lantern light, so no fake light, and
hopefully it's real lantern light. That'd be cool. I will be so sad if there's just tea lights in fake lanterns. That will be the saddest thing.
I still think it'll be spooky though.
It would be spooky,
sure.
but it would like not be the vibe.
Being in a cave with just a lantern and knowing you're like in underground or in the side of a mountain, I think already has its spooky vibe, and then we're gonna add ghosts to it. So I'm pretty excited about that. Also, I don't know if I'll be actually able to film inside. Most likely not. If you're paying for a tour, you probably can't film the tour, and if we're going by lantern light, then there's probably a rule about not using cell phones, but I do plan on at least filming when we get there, and talking about
snippets we can, you know?
Yeah, talking about our experience whenever we are done, and sharing a little bit of the history of the Cave of Winds with you guys. So if you're interested in that, then just keep on watching our spooky vlog for the day. Spooky adventures. Made it to the Cave of the Wind. There's the sign. Look how beautiful it is up here. Okay, so it says lantern tour entrance.
Check in this way.
That way. So this way we go. Bro, why'd the bear look like that? Look at this.
He looks sad, like the smile on him.
Cave Cave of Winds. Bubble says it looks like the cocaine bear, and I thought she meant the Coca-Cola bear, but look, we're going in a cave with ghosts. Ghost cave.
And the police. Uh-oh, that's not good.
Uh-oh, yeah, that's not good. Looks like there's a little emergent going on right there. Hope everybody's okay. Just look at the view behind us.
Like, beautiful. Like, if nothing else, this was a great trip just for the view.
I know, right? This is like pretty much my first time in the Springs, so I didn't realize it was so pretty here. Whoa, look at the jungle gym thing for kids.
And adults.
Are we brave enough? I don't know.
Maybe.
They're tied to ropes, so maybe. But I think I would enjoy also just watching them from afar. I'm okay with that. Check this out. So we just checked in. Like, look how vast this is. Oh, there's something coming right there. What is it?
It looks like a trolley of some kind. There's people in it.
This is so crazy. Woo! Spooky adventures. This is probably the prettiest tour I've ever been on, that's for sure. Okay, so we are gonna go use the restroom before our tour starts. And the tour is about, what, 90 minutes?
Honestly, I didn't ask. Let's see, does it say on here?
And
It just says what time to be there.
And then I think it says, the wind's blowing crazy right now, but I think it said that it's about 3/4 of a mile walk, and that like the lowest passageway was like 42 inches or something like that, so we're gonna have to get low to the ground. But yes, it's so pretty here. Maybe I'll film it a little bit after once we're done, just more things inside if there's like a little gift shop or something. But for the most part, we need to hit the restroom and get this spooky adventure started.
Oh my god, the background is just gorgeous.
All right, everyone, we just got done with the cave, or well, our haunted cave tour.
Yes.
There's a couple other tours, and we're kind of back in a scenic spot and cavern and stuff. There's a little cave, or creek down there, excuse me. Very cool. Beautiful view here.
Just happy to be in the fresh air at this point.
It was super fun. We did have real fire lanterns.
Right, I was so happy about that. I know I said I would be so sad, so I was vindicated.
And her lantern kept going out because one of the ghosts was messing with her.
Right, one of the ghosts, Nellie, really liked me, apparently.
But very cool, lots of good ghost stories. There was like a pit
with a demon.
Like a
we'll have
demon
to
or a
go
hand.
over more. There was about 4 main ghosts and then apparently a gaggle of ghost children. Well, again, we'll go over their stories more.
And these people were just like straight up partying up in these caves. Like they would go down there and get married and have parties and have dances and food.
Full concerts with orchestras and bands and a 20-year-long legal battle that ended with apparently restless spirits.
Yep. But all in all, it was super fun and
would recommend.
Come check out the Cave of the Winds in Colorado Springs. But we are going to enjoy the view and go get some food and probably talk about it a little more because we kind of got a little tunnel vision.
Oh yeah, like just so much darkness into the light. So let us get lunch and we'll give you the full stories later.
Exactly. See you then. Here they come. They've got a little zip line here. We were considering on doing this depending on how much it costs, but we wanted to watch these people go down first. They look so far away now. Wait, where'd they go? Oh, here they come. I'm a little nervous, but Bubbles, she is the adrenaline junkie out of all of us, so she's gonna go see how much tickets are right now, and I may be regretting this, but it kind of looks fun, and you know what? YOLO. We survived! It was actually super fun, and they're about to do it again, but
Yes.
it was very gentle and definitely worth doing, for sure.
Worth $15.
Yeah, worth the $15. Or if you get the package, you can do all of the other fun, weird stuff that we saw in the beginning. That's like $25. So if you plan on doing more than one thing, it's worth it to get the package. Otherwise, it was pretty fun just paying for itself.
Right.
So I survived. Again, Bubbles is the adrenaline junkie, not me.
Alright. And making adrenaline junkies out of my friends yet.
Oh my gosh, so I'm actually finally back home. It was a pretty long drive. After we left the Cave of Winds, we went to Texas Roadhouse and pretty much ate my first and only meal for the day. And I had some stuff to do, so we were so tired and exhausted. We did, separate for the day, so we didn't get to sit down and recap too much. But the Cave of Winds was really fun. I really want to go back and take their regular tour just so I can learn more of just the history and not just the ghost stories. But the ghost stories were really, really fun. And just being in the side of a mountain in a dark, drippy cave for 90 minutes today. That was really exciting and a nice escape from the world. And we only had 9 people in our little group. We called ourselves the Fellowship, and there was a couple Lord of the Rings jokes along the way. But what I loved about it so much was that it really felt like I was doing something very dwarven and adventure-y. I'm literally inside a cave, inside of a mountain, in the dark. And they gave us real lanterns. They had a little flame and a little propane-y thing, a tube, and it was in the bucket, and it looked like little headlights when we were moving them around. So that was just, the experience was very authentic and extremely unique. And there was other things to do there, we ended up doing that zip line swing, so that was really fun. It was $15 just to go, but it was fun just for the experience of doing it. And you could pan for gold there because they have a pay dirt that you can buy, and then they have a little running creek. So I almost did that, but I kind of didn't. I just didn't want to pay for the dirt, but I low-key wanted to pan for gold. But it was just fun to watch all the other kids play around on all the little things, and it was a good way to check out the views and decompress doing the little zip line swing. And while we were in line, we were trying to recap all the stories because they were told a little bit out of order, but nothing too crazy, without completely ruining the tour for anyone who wants to take it. But there was essentially this guy named George, and he was kind of the main character of the tour, and him and someone else had this huge lawsuit over time for the caves that they found. And it's just so cool to think that somebody, stumbled upon just an entire unit of caves at some point in their life, and lived in them and partied in them and worked in them and slept in them and all sorts of stuff. And so George, being our main character, and I'm trying to remember all of this from what Bubbles told me because she remembered the stories a little bit better than I did, but George and his wife Nellie, Nellie was one of the main spirits that was in there, and she was blowing out Bubbles' lantern pretty much the entire time. And anytime Nellie did something, we were supposed to say thank you, Nellie, because we didn't want to upset her. But essentially, there's a story of her falling to her death, and over the little railing that we were looking at with the really pretty scenic view, there was a trail where we saw people walking. And there's a creek down there, and I guess Nellie, his wife, had gone to some sort of a sane asylum. She had some mental health issues, and she always wanted to be with George, who was her love and who she trusted. And I think they were sleeping in the caves, or maybe it was nearby or something, but he was working in the caves while she was asleep, and then she woke up and ended up going to wait for him to come out by cleaning the gift shop. And when he found her later, when he discovered she wasn't where he last left her, they found a broken glass window and her falling to her death. So it could be there's speculation with a kind of a different story that they told, where George found essentially a dead body in the cave, and went to bury it. And this was like the same night that I think Nellie died, if I'm remembering that correct. There was a story about the cave. Well, I guess it is the same guy. The dead body was like their cave mummy, and he had hid it up, or he hung it up over this piece of rock or whatever, and like covered it with a thing and tried to scare people, and then the mummy disappeared. And there was a different section of the cave where there was literally, like, they called it the pit, and it literally was a pit. Like, it was pretty scary. So we kind of climbed up this little slippity slope. Keep in mind, this is in the pitch dark with just lanterns. And of course the tour guide had a flashlight and a lighter to help us relight our lanterns if we needed. But this is in the pitch dark, and like when you're in there, of course, we went through some really narrow passageways. Like some stuff we had to duck down like all the way and like walk, excuse me, really low to the ground, watching our heads and watching it, like bending our knees. So definitely got a little physical at some point. But I mean, when we were in those spaces that we could stand up, I mean, you're just looking at like, I mean, the cave was just huge. And again, to think, you know, people are partying in this and having little soirees and dancing, and just the idea of like people doing that back in the day is just so cool to me. Pretty much like an underground rave, like quite literally. But I'm sure if you had money and, you know, speakeasies and stuff like that, you know, in things like this, it's just so cool to think about, to think that they were like dancing by lantern light at these parties that they threw in these caves is just so fascinating. But there was that pit, and even with my little lantern, I could not see anything. Like, I was too afraid to get close to the edge. I didn't know how far down it was, and I was so curious. Like, I wanted to look down there a little bit more, but the light of the lantern was only so much, and I wish I could have pulled out my like phone flashlight to see down there even more and just stare around in the caves more. But that was pretty fun. The tour guide did give us a really good jump scare, like better than any movie I've watched lately. And honestly, I really appreciate the jump scare. It was very fun. And in those quiet moments when, all of us were just sitting there, and when she wasn't telling a story, and she was pretty theatrical, she was super fun. When, you know, when those quiet moments happen, you could listen to the echoes and the water drip and like almost the sound of you breathing at the same time. And there was a few times in the cave where, like just breathing normal, like I could see how cold my breath was. It was just a very unique experience, and I would 100% go back and do the ghost tour again, and I would do the regular tour. I think it was just so unique and so worth it, and definitely a way to connect to the earth and just get out into nature a little bit. Like, even if you're underground in the dark, like that was the most exciting thing I've done in a really long time, and I only had to deal with 9 other really chill people in my little tour guide. And yeah, it was awesome. Parking was chill, and you know, just highly recommend. I definitely would go back, and it was a super fun day. All right, that is going to conclude this video, this little adventure that I had today, and hopefully I can do some more videos with Bubbles. She does live a little bit far from me, so it has been harder for us to get together, but I digress. We will be doing some things eventually, especially closer to spooky season. We have a lot going on in our personal lives right now that, you know, I won't elaborate on, but our summer is going to be very busy and very hectic, and I do plan on making some videos throughout the summer. They might not all be spooky, but they are going to be some other things, definitely more in the Ren Fair area. But I had a great day, and I enjoyed the haunted lantern tour, excuse me, and hopefully I can do some more spooky things when the weather is nice, and take you guys along. So thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited to return to my own channel, and thank you guys for the people that do watch my channel, and I will catch you on the next one. All right, bye.